Hello everyone, happy October 1st. If you're not watching this on October 1st, that is quite alright as well. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I thought because Halloween and stuff, go ahead and do it. Maybe I'll continue it afterwards. The reason I had stopped is I was a head admin of a spiritual group, and the other head admin didn't quite agree with some things. I was still doing readings privately for like family members and friends, I just wasn't doing it online. But I have got a lot of messages like last month asking me to do readings for people. So I'm open to the idea of doing that. For the month of October, I will go ahead and put some readings in my Etsy shop for you guys to buy. Again, I don't know if I will continue to do it, but it's there for the time being. And I probably will start making like an October edition, because every time people think Halloween, spirituality, which isn't actually true, it's just the stigma that goes with it. So, for today's pick a card reading. Should I stay or should I go? And this could be whether you're planning to move, or if you're planning to leave a relationship. Now, please take what the cards say with a grain of salt, because you change your destiny. You know what's best for you. So if your gut's saying, I don't agree with this, don't do it just because the cards say. The cards are there to advise, not to dictate, and to tell you a possible outcome. So for me, I personally like the rose. I'm going to pick the rose. So card number 1, we're going to do this backwards actually. So number 1 is going to be the seashell. Number 2 is going to be the rock. And number 3 is going to be the rose. So if you picked number 1, let's begin. Very nice cards. Very, very nice. So the first one is the Lovers. I'm kind of glad they came out. The wind is like dictating. Oh, no, the wind's not going to have it. The wind's not going to have it. Okay. But we will still get on with this. We're going to go ahead and put the seashell here to help the wind not be so chaotic. So we have the Lovers. You're creating a magical friendship, connections, and relationships that will enrich your life. Build connections on foundations, honesty, and mutual respect. There's also an element of choice in the Lover's Tarot card. If you have a decision to make, don't overanalyze the situation. Decide with your heart. So far, so good. So, the Emperor. So he's backwards. So this is a struggle. It could be that you're feeling paralyzed. You feel like someone's walking all over you, perhaps. So this card right here is really good. There's connections. But in order for this to work, you're going to have to set some boundaries. Plain and simple. You need boundaries or it's not going to work. But it's not a bad reading. Not at all. And the last card we have is the High Priestess. Which I think is, like I said, overall this reading is really good. Situations in your own life may not be what they appear to be. So, things are not what they appear to be for you. And so maybe things look bad and dire, but they're really not. And there's the sunshine of the rainbow. One thing that's unique about Jack and Sally's connection is Jack tends to screw up a lot, but Sally's there to save the day. She's there to keep him grounded. She's there to help him out. This doesn't mean that you have to absolutely, like, totally be neutral and make everything work out. By no means. But it does mean, again, that in order for this connection or this journey to work, you staying where you are, you do need some boundaries. That's it for number 1. Sorry for the doggies. They are not too crazy about the mailman for whatever reason. Number 2, the Rock. Lots of reverse cards here. The Page of Candles. Someone who's full of fresh, innovative, creative ideas, who's ready to soar but may not have yet a solid stability foundation necessary to move forward. So this one's saying that you should go, but maybe not this instant because you're not ready to go. If it's moving, if it's a relationship, maybe you gotta work on some things to decide whether that relationship's gonna work for you or not. So then we have the King of Presents in reverse. So because he's reversed, you're not having a healthy connection in this dynamic. It's been toxic, or there's toxic entities going around. But again, with this, it's because of the first card, it's saying time will tell whether this investment is worth it or not. And remember, things can change, but you have to make that choice if that investment is worth it or not. But yeah, the King of Presents has to do with toxicity and the person maybe not leveling up to what you need or expect of them, type of jazz. Queen of Needles. Needles are normally blockages, so since it's reversed, that might be that may be a good thing. May indeed be a good thing. And I did get my Jack and Sally cards out because I think that they kind of work for the theme. And for some reason, everybody always wants to jump in Christmas already. So the person you're dealing with has been very cruel to you and not very nice. As we know in The Night Before Christmas, she was made for the Doctor. And she kind of favors just the Doctor, and she's kind of vindictive and cruel in her own little way. But not necessarily so, because again, she was made for the Doctor, so she does things for the Doctor. But in this case, because she's reversed, she's not doing things for the Doctor. But yeah, you might even be dealing with someone who's a little manipulative or who's trying to manipulate the situation. So just be careful about that. But this one looks like that you probably will go in the long run. But it's saying you can stay for a little while because maybe things will be different. But you know your boundaries. And you know your boundaries indeed. So this is the one I picked. And the reason I picked a card is I'm feeling a little stuck to life lately. The sun. But it's not facing upward. This has to do with recklessness, running away with ego, lack of joy in life, and you feel like you've become boggled down. So this one's saying that you should think before you leap. So if you're thinking about leaving the relationship, you should think about it before you go. And if you're thinking about moving, you should really think about moving, because just moving would be reckless and careless, which is funny because that's what I was thinking, which is why I was like, no, I need to wait till such and such date. Thing about moves is you got to make sure you're financially okay, that you're not doing it on a whim, and also that you're not doing it for the wrong reasons, because then it's going to crash and burn your face probably. And this one's just saying be cautious and think before you leap. And then there's the Knight of Needles in reverse. feeling overwhelmed, unfinished task. So again, normally this would be a pretty decent card, but it's saying if you go right now and you go on a whim, whether it's breaking up with that relationship or going on that move, it's not going to end well because you're doing it on a whim. You're not ready for it. You're not prepared for it. And you're being reckless, which isn't good. A battle may need to be paused so you can recharge, prepare for the future, time to pause and collect yourself. So this card, this last card here, is saying that maybe in the future you can go ahead and make that move, or you can go ahead and reconnect with that relationship if it's a relationship, but you got to give it time. It's like a seed. If you don't give the seed time to blossom correctly, it's going to grow all chaotic or die, and you don't want that. But basically, the choice, you still need some time to prepare for that choice, whatever that choice is. Whether it's emotionally preparing for it, or mentally preparing it, or financially preparing it, and I totally get that. Because I'm in a similar situation. Kind of sometimes creeps me out how well my cards can resonate with me. So again, in the Etsy shop, we will have temporary readings. They will be 1 card, 3 card, and then the Celtic Cross spread will be the choices. I'll be putting the prices up. I haven't quite finalized the prices, but that will be finalized on the Etsy shop. I will go ahead and put that link in below the comments, as well as the link tree. And again, this will be an October only special. I do not know if I will do any tarot readers beyond that. And I will probably add some options for video recording, voice recording. Regardless of what you pick, I will send a paper photocopy of your cards in the mail, only so Etsy gets its little shipping thing verified, because one of the reasons why I haven't done this is digital footprints can have complications sometimes. So I will literally send you a picture of your cards. Can't send you the actual cards because I need them for another reading, obviously. But love and light, and if hope this stuff resonated with you, I will be doing one of these a day, different topics, and I'll be switching around my cards as well. Again, I felt like Nightmare Before Christmas was a great choice, because Halloween, October. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. I will go ahead and put this on my TikTok and also my Instagram / YouTube. Love you guys. Bye.